What's up, y'all? I wanted to make a video because I haven't made one in a while, and I'll say right off the bat, I'm somebody who does things off the cuff. Before I made this video, I was thinking, oh, I would write something out, talk about my YouTube story, talk about certain things that were going on. But in reality, I just pushed play, and this is how I started YouTube in the beginning. But I wanted to make a very clear statement, and I believe it is true. I'm not a YouTuber. Really, I'm not a YouTuber. That's not who I am. When I started making YouTube videos, my goal was never to be a YouTuber in the sense of, as we all know what YouTubers are, you know, they're people that are making their living online. They're people that are constantly updating their social medias, curating their social medias to basically, why do they do that? They do that to get the most following and influence, whatever you want to call it. So that's like not what I want to do. I don't do that naturally, and that's the reason for a lot of my inconsistency with YouTube. And most specifically, recently I was thinking, oh look, I'm gonna post videos every Monday. Like that's gonna be my day. And in reality, as somebody who travels, as somebody who loves reading, as somebody who loves basically doing a lot more than just focusing on making YouTube videos, I realized that's just like, it's unsustainable. And I've tried it multiple times and I've failed every single time. And that's not to say that I won't figure it out in the future, but I guess I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know. First of all, thank you for watching the videos. All of you guys that have appreciated the videos that I've made, I appreciate the fact that you appreciate them. But I want to just say specific things just so you guys like know what's up. And so I can almost like get it off my chest. Like I'm not a YouTuber. I don't make videos, and I never did in the beginning, for other people. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everyone that watches, but as you know, when you start YouTube, you start with 0 subscribers. So who are you making the videos for? Are you thinking, oh man, what do other people like? No, you're not. You're thinking, what do I want to make? What makes me get excited? What do I like doing, period, like without a camera? And for me, the answer is simple. What do I love? I love learning, reading, traveling, asking questions, visiting new countries. That's what I like doing with no cameras, and I like that before YouTube. There are no videos. There are plenty of experiences in my life that I've had that are amazing experiences that I'll never forget, that I never filmed or shared. And they are along the same lines of the things that I have shared. But yeah, that being said, I don't make videos for other people, and I do think that like YouTubers, they eventually get into this rhythm of making content for other people. It's almost inevitable. Think about it. You start with 0 subscribers, and then you work your way up to whatever, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million. Like that's what everyone, sorry, my alarm. That's what everyone's dream is, you know, YouTuber dream. It's like to be making really good money to post videos. That's a dream. For me, that was never really, the dream for me was to be able to travel the world for free. That was my dream. How I did that, I wasn't sure. But when I started posting videos online, it was just purely for the joy of it. And going back to what I was saying is like eventually people get into this mindset of like making content for other people because it's natural. It becomes a business. When you are a business owner, you produce content, or what do they call widgets? It's like you produce something, like if I produce this that people buy, right? And then you get feedback and they say, hey look, we like it different color, or maybe this thing doesn't work as well. So then you adjust it so that people like it and they buy more of it. And the same thing happens with YouTubers. They produce, think about it. You start making videos. You make 100 videos on your channel. Maybe after 100 videos you have 5,000 subscribers, you know, if you had a couple that went viral. And then you look back and you say, oh, which ones went viral? And the natural tendency for YouTubers, which makes total sense because in business it's the same thing, is to see the videos that do the best, and then you just keep reproducing content like that, so you get the most amount of views, the most amount of potential financial benefits with sponsorships, with YouTube AdSense, you know what I mean? To make YouTube your job. Excuse me. That leads people into a cage. And I bet you guys have felt it as well, even as if you're not somebody who has done YouTube as a job, because if you're on social media at all, you know exactly what it feels like when you post a picture and it gets a lot of likes. And then you post a picture, it gets a little bit less likes. And subconsciously, whether you like it or not, most people are inclined to say, oh, that got a lot of likes, let me maybe do something similar. So you keep your like count up. And this is how you see people, and let me just give the example of girls going from just like normal pictures to literally just like nude pictures. Because they notice, oh dang, every time I post a bikini pic, it gets a bunch of likes. And then social media just like leads people into this crazy, like, it traps you in. And the same thing with YouTubers. It's like, that's why you see a lot of YouTubers do very sensational things, because they do something really sensational and crazy, like a prank or something. It gets 20 million views, and they're like, holy crap, that's crazy, because it is. 20 million people looking at your video, it's like, it's unprecedented in the history of the world that people can get that many views or that much, attention just by clicking play. So then people just tend to do that. And the same thing happened for me, to be honest. Like, a lot of times I'd be like, oh man, this content is working. And in the beginning, I loved it and it was just pure. But then as I make more of it, I'm just like, man, I feel trapped. And to be honest, like when it comes to like vlogs, I definitely feel like that. So I'll just say this. I love YouTube and I use it as an artistic outlet, and I will continue to do that. But I'm just gonna make sure that I'm working on things that really bring me joy that I want to do. And that's going to be like historical things, like small documentaries, for sure vlogs as well, but it's not going to be forced. It's not going to be like I need to force myself to vlog every week, to go out into the city and say, look, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. If it happens naturally, I'll let it happen, but I'm not going to force it anymore at all. And I'm going to use it as something that like I truly have joy for doing. And what I love doing is like sharing. I want to be a teacher eventually one day, so I think it would be awesome for me to just share about history, culture, language, through vlogs of course, but then through more researched out, longer documentary type stuff. So that's just on my mind, and that's what I've been thinking about over the past couple weeks, because I know I did like 4 weeks of posting every Monday, and then I actually changed my location of residence again. And as you guys know, anyone who's moved, it takes effort to move your stuff, get a new place, and I wasn't able to upload anything that I was proud of. That's another thing too. It's like, as somebody, even if you say you're gonna post every Monday, you don't feel good if you have nothing to post that you're proud of, So that's another thing I'm obviously working through. But even me just sitting here in front of the camera, it's like, this is natural for me. I love this. If I could just sit down every week and just talk about like where I live, what I ate, stuff like that, that's cool. It's like podcast style. So that's something too that I've thought about, because I do love talking deeply, and podcasts are a great way to do that because it's uncut. You know what I mean? That's what I like too about podcasts. It's not edited. That's another reason why I tell you I'm not a YouTuber, I'm not a social media person, is because I really don't like edited versions of life. Of course, I appreciate well done movies, beautiful pictures, with edited aspects of them. But when it comes to like a person, and you're editing what the person looks like, or you're editing what they sound like online, I don't like that. And I noticed the more I did that to myself, like I look at think about it too, when I'm editing my own videos, I'm looking at my face for 7 hours, just looking at it. And by the time I'm done with that, I'm sick of looking at myself, for real. If I post a video like this, where it's unedited, it's just natural, because it's one take. I don't even have to sit down on my computer. I can just sit here for, 8 minutes and 48 seconds right now, and be myself. I don't have to think about, oh man, what music am I going to put in, what transition, So that's why I do really appreciate podcasts, and eventually I'll probably get into doing something like that. Yeah, and I'm reading a lot. That's another thing. I got this Kindle with 1,000 books on it. I also got my bookshelf. Check this out. Don't look at the ground because it's dirty, but look at all these books. Those. And I got a bunch on my bed too that I'm reading. And those will be part of like what I share on YouTube for sure. Like I was reading about the history of coffee, how it started in the Middle East, in Ethiopia. There was a goat herder that found the berries, or actually found his goats. That was what would you call it? Urban legend. He found his goats eating these berries and made them super hyper, and that's how they found coffee. So like those types of things are so interesting to me, and I would love to tell those stories. And here, I'm trying to set this light up so it doesn't fall. Oh, there we go. What else? Yeah. So yeah, that's me being honest, getting out my chest and letting you guys know what's up. So yeah, the YouTube journey for me, it was amazing. Like, it led to so many beautiful things. I got to travel the world for free. Like, I accomplished my dream. I was able to pay for my travels by making videos. Boom, dream accomplished. Now I'm thinking, what's next? I want to be a teacher, you know, and it's going to be a transition phase. I'm going to use my YouTube channel. If y'all want to stay around, boom, baby, let's go. Instagram for me, I don't really do that. Sometimes I do, but Instagram, I don't like that thing, you know? If y'all know what I'm talking about, it like grabs onto your brain in a negative way. This is how sometimes, or most of the time, I make decisions. I think, look, does the thing that I'm thinking about have a net positive or negative impact on my life? You know, let's just say I'm looking at an apple. It's like, does this apple have a net positive or negative? Positive, because it gives me nutrients, it's healthy, curbs my hunger, you know what I mean? And then you look at like Coca-Cola, and it's like, all right, yeah, it's delicious, but it's like negatively affecting my health, and tomorrow at practice, I'm not gonna feel as good. You know what I mean? So eat the apple, not the Coca-Cola. Of course, you can have Coca-Cola every once in a while, but the majority of life should be like eating healthy food type thing. The same thing goes for Instagram. It's like, does Instagram have a net positive or negative? To me, it's not even close. Net negative. Net negative. It's not even close. So then I think, why even have it in my life, you know? And that's probably why I haven't curated this Instagram. I actually had an Instagram that was like gaining traction, and then I deleted it in 2019. I got the current version of my Instagram back, and I have the same exact feelings. Again, I'm like, I want to just delete it. What's the point? The people that I really love, they have my WhatsApp, they can contact me. And the people that want to do business with me, they have my email. You know what I mean? They can find my email online, and they can say, hey, look, we want to do a collaboration. And the people that love my videos, it's like I like being like an author. Think about authors, right? Like, an author writes a book, like on a Kindle or with paper, which is way better like this, right? And then the author publishes the book. And if people like it, like, he doesn't need to be told. The book sales go up, you know, people walk up to him on the street if they know him, and they say, hey, we love your book. But he doesn't need to constantly be like double tapped on Instagram, looking at the like button, seeing the comments, oh my gosh, great video, you know what I mean? Because the production of the art was already done. The production of the art, it's like a painter. People are talking in the hallway. Okay, I probably should end the video because I'm in like a shared hostel type thing. Last thing I'll say is like artistic, like people who paint a picture, right? Mona Lisa, he paints it, he puts it on the wall, whatever, he sells it, and that's it. There's no like comment box underneath. There's no like button. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing too about like buttons and comments is like people will see the comments, they'll see the likes, and they'll almost inform their decisions off that. They'll be like, oh yeah, this video has, you know, 5,000 dislikes and 1,000 likes. It must be bad, and they won't even watch it. Or they'll watch it and they'll think that they should dislike it too because most people disliked it. And that's something that's very interesting. It's new to our culture. It's a cultural phenomenon. And I think I like the old school artistic version better, like reading or publishing books, publishing artwork, and just letting people determine what they like themselves. You know, like they don't need to, if they really want to tell me what they feel, like it really impacted them, like greatly, or negatively, you know what I mean? Then people can like take the effort to just like send it an email, you know what I mean? But like a little things I think are just distractions to our lives. Like you guys know on Instagram, it's like you just keep checking and it's like, oh, you got 2 more likes, or you got 1 like, or you got 10 likes, you got 100 likes, you got 2 comments, and you're just like reading like things that are so small versus big, and then you're just like worrying your life about small things instead of focusing on big things, you know, like working on a project or working on a relationship, or you know what I mean, like something like that. So I would rather focus on like deep things and produce them for YouTube than small things, and that's it. I hope 14 minutes in, hope that makes sense and gives you a little more insight into my mindset. Yeah, and I'm not gonna make any promises, so I apologize for all these promises I made in the past. I feel like that was just me trying to like force myself. It's almost like a New Year's resolution type thing. And when you're like, I'm gonna do this every day, bah, 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 and then you just realize it's not sustainable, and you have to like get real with yourself. And that's another interesting thing about social media, is like people are allowed to see the progression of people way differently than they used to in the past. You can see it in videos and pictures that people are posting online, and you see all the struggles that they go through. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. You can check back periodically on the channel, and if things ever get going again smoothly and consistently, you will know about it. Boom, baby, let's go. Monaco. Make reading great again. Make sure you read more books. I'll tell you that right now. Me spending time in my apartment reading books has been one of the best things in my life. It improves your ability to speak, your ability to think, your ability to just like understand the world and make decisions about what you want to do. Because ultimately, you have to figure out your own life. You have to figure out yourself, and then you make your choices based on that, and everything will start flowing after that. You know, you'll meet people that like the same things as you. Boom, baby, let's go.